Some major announcements from T-Mobile today. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, and we've got another great Techstination interview. Joining us is Mike Katz, Executive Vice President of T-Mobile for Business. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
Hey, Fred, thanks for having me.
Well, you've unveiled something called T-Mobile WFX, and there's a lot to it. So I'll let you give us the overview of what it's about.
Yeah, thanks, Fred. We are so excited about the announcements today. You know, one of the things that we see when we talk to big enterprise customers and government agencies is this world that we're working in today because of the pandemic, where most of us are working in our homes. That people are forecasting that's going to be the way that we work for a long time, and that this normal that we're living in now is going to become the new normal for years. And that's put a lot of pressure and challenges on employers trying to solve work from anywhere situations for their workforce. And that's what today's announcement was providing a set of definitive tools that can allow employees to be productive wherever they are and allow enterprises to facilitate that to them. So we made three big announcements. One was one that we call T-Mobile Enterprise Unlimited, that solves some of the complexity for the core technology that enterprises rely on for remote work, which is mobile phones. And that environment has become so complex throughout the years because the traditional carriers have structures that still have bucketed data, limited data. And we announced today that we will upgrade enterprises and government agencies to fully unlimited 5G data for the same price they're paying for limited. We also announced a product called T-Mobile Home Office Internet. And this is one I think all of us can relate to as we've been working from home for the last year, when we're sitting on a video conference and somebody's buffering or turning into a robot on the call. All of us have had challenges competing for broadband resources with our kids that are going to school or our neighbors who are also working from home. And what we're doing with T-Mobile Home Office Internet is providing a dedicated broadband connection that employers can procure and distribute to their employees that's optimized for their work applications. So it doesn't compete or replace your home broadband, but it gives you a dedicated connection. So all the things that you need to do for work, you can do. And then the third thing that we announced was T-Mobile Collaborate. And this is a comprehensive set of tools that's designed to take a lot of this technology that we all rely on that's unfortunately right now tethered at the office and being unused. It allows employers to distribute that over the mobile network to anywhere where employees are over any device. So think about things like your desk phone infrastructure or other collaboration and messaging tools that today you have to be at the office oftentimes to use them. With T-Mobile Collaborate, you can take all those tools, use them across any device, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, no matter where you are, as long as you're connected to the internet. So we're really excited. We think these tools are going to make a big difference for enterprises.
Tell us who would be eligible to participate in this. What size companies you're talking about, and is the home office internet going to be available just through corporations, or how will that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the pain points that I described, we think are the most significant right now in large enterprise and in large government organizations. But all of the things that we announced today are available to businesses of any size. So if you're a small or medium business and you've got employees that are distributed in a bunch of places and working from home, then these products are going to be available for you as well.
So tell us how the home office internet is going to work. What does that consist of? And what are the realistic expectations in terms of using the bandwidth? We're video conferencing now. A lot of people are doing that. Is it also, can it be used by other people in the house and streaming, et cetera?
Yeah, it's a great question. And it's a real simple product execution for enterprises. So what will happen is a company that wants to procure this for their employees, we'll work with them to understand where their employees are. We'll look at their specific addresses to make sure the network conditions are right for them to be able to do whatever their enterprise or government applications are. And then we will help them distribute routers to their physical location. And the router is super, super easy to set up. You literally plug it into power, and there's an app that comes with it. You connect your phone to it via Bluetooth. You set up a name and a network name and password, and you're done. And depending on where you are in the country, and the router that we have works both on our 4G LTE network and our 5G network. So the download speeds are going to be dependent a little bit on where you are with the network, but we have the biggest by far 5G network in America. It covers 280 million people. Our network, in fact, is bigger than AT&T and Verizon's combined. So the vast majority of people are going to be connecting to our 5G network. And what we're seeing there is speeds, again, some location dependent, up to a gig per second download. But average speeds, somewhere between 100 and 300 megabits per second, which if you're doing video conference, even 4K video conferencing is more than enough to do that, and really any other enterprise application that an employee may need. It is designed as not to compete with your home broadband. So it's a special connection for work. And, we put some security features on here.
And how will pricing work?
Yeah, it's a great question. So it's going to start at $90 a month. And we think it's an incredible value because if you think about it, it almost blows your mind because of the fact that we're in 2021, but there is no national ISP right now. And it's one of the big challenges that enterprises have in trying to solve these problems is if they want to solve this for a big distributed workforce that's all around the country, you can't go to a single provider to solve this problem. You either have to patch together a bunch of different ISPs that all have different SLAs and service experiences, or for many employees, unfortunately, there is no other choice in broadband provider. They only have one, and you can't fix some of the problems that we've talked about just by buying more connectivity from your current ISP. So we think there really is no other competitor in this space that's serving at launch like we are 60 million households, which is more than any other ISP. So it's going to start at $90, and we think it's going to solve a lot of problems for enterprise customers.
And is that for a fixed amount of data since it's a starting price?
It's fully unlimited. Use as much as you need to get all the work that you need to done.
Okay, so if it's starting at 90, then I was just trying to clarify what that means. Is that if you have a certain number of seats that you're buying this for?
Yeah, so starting at 90, and we'll obviously work with, since we serve such a variety of customers that, there are some variables that may change pricing and may make people eligible for discounts. So things like volume. If we're working with enterprise that's buying hundreds or thousands of these, there will be some price discounts that we do offer.
Then there's the T-Mobile Collaborate that you mentioned, designed to replace traditional office phone systems that you had mentioned. So tell us how that's going to work, and how big of an office system do you need to take advantage of this?
Yeah, I'll answer your second question first. You need as small as a one-person office system. And that's one of the great things about tools like what Dialpad is offering is even if you're a really small business, you don't have to be excluded from the kinds of telecommunications capabilities that oftentimes have been reserved only for big businesses. So the ability to have a professional enterprise-grade desk phone system, you can do that with this, with features like auto attendant, where you can have an 800 number that somebody calls can be routed to different people's phones depending on whatever rules that you set up. So it works for a company as small as one person and as well as the largest enterprises in the world. And what this is a technology, these unified communication and collaboration solutions. This is a space that we've been interested in a long time, and we searched the market for the best. We wanted to partner with the best. And the reason we picked Dialpad is because we believe they're the best in the space, particularly at delivering these kinds of services over a mobile environment and building them in a native cloud environment. And that's why we dialed with them and why we partnered with them. We also think that there's two big benefits that companies can get by partnering with us and using Dialpad. One is that we built a unique package with them that includes the most used services. So everything that you need to replace a desk phone infrastructure, enterprise messaging, audio conferencing, video conferencing, all of those are packed into this package together. And that helps enterprises solve this problem that they have in helping facilitate a collaborative work environment when people are working all over. And when we get back into the office, we're still going to be in this environment where some people are going to be in the office and some people are going to be at home. And tool sets like this are going to be important to facilitate work. The second big issue that this solves is every enterprise in America and government agency is looking to drive efficiencies in their organization, looking to how do they optimize and cut costs across certain categories. And this package that we built with Dialpad includes all of the software as well as all of the mobile connectivity, starting at $37, which if you want to buy something like this at a competitor, you're going to pay about that amount just for the mobile connectivity or just for the software. With this, you get both. So it really helps drive some efficiencies for enterprise as well.
Terrific. So when is all of this available?
Yeah, great question. So the enterprise unlimited rate plans are going to be available starting tomorrow. And everything else that we talked about, Dialpad, or T-Mobile Collaborate, as well as T-Mobile Home Office Internet are going to be available on March 22nd. So we're starting to talk to customers today to get the process started and getting them set up. And we will start our deployments for those latter two services on the 22nd of March.
And just a couple of weeks away. For more info, where do we go?
For more info, you can visit the T-Mobile website, tmobile.com, or you can visit business.t-mobile.com, and you'll see all the information you need to know there.
Great. Mike Katz, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you, Fred. It was such a pleasure to be here.